Hello friends, welcome back to our channel DS Tech Mirror. This is part 3 of our model-driven app tutorial series. In this video, we will discuss column in Dataverse in details. So let's get started. In my last video, we covered about the tables in Dataverse. We covered various types of tables, standard tables, custom tables, managed tables, activity tables, what are the actual type of the tables. In this video, we will cover the columns in Dataverse. Then I will cover few concepts related to the columns. And then at last, as you know, we are creating an app, model-driven app called Fundraiser as a part of demo for this particular tutorial. We will be adding columns to those two tables. So let's start from the beginnings. Work with columns in Dataverse CDS. Earlier we used to call Dataverse as CDS, but now Microsoft has renamed certain terminologies and now they are calling CDS as Dataverse. Tables were called as entity, columns were called as fields, but now we will be using Dataverse, tables, columns. What are columns? Columns defines the individual data items that can be used to store information in a table. Now, if you are from the SharePoint background, this is a no-brainer for you because I am assuming you are already aware about tables and columns. For you, this is really easy to understand. But for those folks who are from non-SharePoint background, you should understand tables I have already covered in my last video. Now columns is when we want to store data into my table. I will be creating columns. Then for each column I will be selecting the data type and then I will be storing the records in my table. For example, I created one employee table. Now I want to store different type of information in my employee table. For example, employee name, employee number, employee address. So employee name could be single line of text because I know that would be come in a single line. Then employee address could be a multiple line of text because employees can have a long address. Then date of joining should be of date time. I would not like to store my date of joining in a single line of text. So in that way, I will be creating different columns based on the required data type, and then I will be storing the data in these tables. There are different types of column in Dataverse. There are many data types in Dataverse. I have highlighted the few frequently used data types over here, like text, text area, multiple line of text. We will see what is the actual difference between all of them. Then I have decimal number, floating point, choice, auto number, currency, customer. So all these different data types are available. One thing over here I would like to highlight this choice column. Earlier Microsoft named it as option set, but now they have renamed it as choice column. So if you are over internet, if you are finding somewhere option set, so it's mean the same thing as the choice column. So let's go to our Dataverse and cover the different data types. Then I will explain you the common differences between all these data types. And then I will come to the special types of column called calculated column and Rollup column. So I will go to my Office 365. This is my Office 365. From here, I went to this Power Apps. It will take me to make.powerapps.com. Select your environment. After that, select your solutions. So if you are following my video regularly, then you must have created a unique solution for this particular app called Fundraiser, which we are creating. So from my environment, I will go to my solution. So these are my solutions. So I have created a solution called DS Tech Mirror Demo. I will open this solution, and in this solution I will get all the components of my solution. Over here I have, in my last video, I have created two tables, donation and fundraiser. So these two tables I have created in case I have to show you an explicit column which cannot be covered as part of my demo. All those columns I will be creating in these two tables and I will show you. Okay, let me go to my fundraiser app table. So this is my fundraiser app. And as I explained you, whenever we create any table in Dataverse, it comes with predefined columns. We cannot delete them. We can they are named as standard columns. We cannot delete them. I covered primary name column also in my last video. So now over here, I will directly go and create a column in fundraiser. So when I click on this add column, I have to give the display name, which is the name of my column. For example, let's say, for example, I name it as test. So as soon as I give display name, so automatically this name column, you can understand it as the internal name of the column. One would be the display name, another would be the internal name. So it will automatically get created. If you want to, rename it something else, you can do that before saving this column. Once you create this column, you cannot change this name property. Definitely you can change the display name. This name will be used for all the internal communication between the tables in the Dataverse, and if you're doing using any web API, any coding for your model driven app or Dataverse, so we will be using internal name. This is the same concept as we have in SharePoint tables. So I will leave it as it is. Then we have to select the data type. So over here you can see various sections. Well, first is the text section, then whole number, date time, choice, and there are long list of different data types. So let's start with the very common data type. First is the text. So this is the most common data type. If I'm about to save some information, any plain text string information, I can use this data type text. Next I have the text area. It is also the same. I can save plain string information in my text area. What is the difference between text and text area is one more thing, both have a character limit of 4000. Both text and text area can save 4000 text character. Now what is the difference? I can do the formatting in the text area. That means I can save my I can save in multiple lines. I can do the formatting for text area, but if I am selecting the text column, I can't do the formatting. I have to save it in a single line. Another column I have is the multi-line text. In this, the total character limit will increase. I don't remember the exact limit, but it is in millions of characters I can save in this multiple line of text. So for example, if I'm writing a big paragraph, so I should select multi-line text. So this is about my text column. Then I have this email, which will let you save your email in a proper format, URL, your phone number, auto number I will cover after this. Then this sticker symbol, this is for example if you want to save any stock information, this will come into picture at that time. This is for the phone number. Now we have few data type for the number, whole number. So if you select whole number, it has this range, minimum value. It can save from minus this range to this maximum value. So between this range you can save any information in this whole number. So this you can understand it as an integer. Then I have duration. Definitely, as the name suggests, this is for saving any time span. For example, 13 second, 20 second. How long does for example, if you are testing something, performance of something, so how much time it took to complete a particular task. Then time zone. In this you can work with your time zone. Next is the required. Over here we have three options: optional, recommended, and required. So if you select the required, then you cannot save a record in a table until unless you supply the value for this particular column. So I cannot save a record in a table if I don't provide the value for the test column. So this is required. You can understand it as mandatory column. Then second is the recommended. Recommended will not enforce the user to add the value for this particular column, but it will say that it is recommended to give the value, but it will not force the user. And last we have the optional. So it is completely optional, as the name says. It is up to the user whether they want to save the value for this particular column or not. Then we have this searchable. Searchable means that it will start appearing in all the views. It will start appearing in advanced find view. What is advanced find view? We will cover in our upcoming video when I will cover the different types of view we have in Dataverse or model driven app. Then we have this calculated or rollup. For this I will cover separately. Description. Then we have few advanced options. Also this I will cover along with the requirement. For example, enable column security. So right now you can understand it as like we have table security. Then if I want some extra security for my record, for my column, so I will enable this on the top of the table. So this I will cover when I will be covering the security rules or security for the model driven apps. This is auditing. If we are generating auditing logs, so we can select for that. appears in global filter in interactive experience dashboard. There would be we will be creating dashboards. So if you want to if you want this column to appear in the global filter, select this. So all this we will see later. So if you want to create a column, the main thing is you have to add the display name, the proper display name, so that it gives the information to the end user what kind of information you want the end user to add. Informative name you should give. Select the proper data type and select the required, whether it is a mandatory column or it is optional or recommended. So that's about it. Other data type if I have to cover, so duration I have covered, time zone, language. So date time, again date and time if you want to save, or if you want to just to save the date. Then few other data type we have choice and choices. So choice column is nothing, just if you have, for example, you have status column. So you want to give multiple values for your status column, like in progress, not started, completed, not completed. So all these values, we if you want this type of data type, I can go with choice and choices. Now what is the difference between choice and choices? The difference is, if I will select choices, it will be a multi-select column. If I select choice, it won't be a multi-select column. I can show you also, but I will show you. First let me cover the theory, then I will show you. I have created one choice and choices column. I will show you how it will look. Currency, if I want to save the currency, so any currency column is there, so I will select the currency. Customer column, if I want to save any username. So any in model driven app, we don't have any person or group column, any people picker column I don't have, so I can use this data type customer column, which will ultimately have a record in account table or contact table. So this is customer. Then decimal number, floating point number, lookup. This is important. Among this, lookup column is important. So if I want to create a relationship between these two tables, I will be using a lookup column. So I will cover the complete relationship because it's a big topic in a separate video. But the only thing you can understand right now is, for example, this is test column, and if you want to get the value of the test column from another table, so what I will say, I will select lookup, and then all the related table will populate. I can select any table I want. For example, donation table I will select, and then I can use this table. I can use that information present in this table for my test column. So lookup will get more, you will get more clarity when I will cover the relationship, which I am going to do in my next video. That is part 4. I will cover the relationship. This section I will cover relationship in my next video. So lookup is important. Other things I think you can explore on your own because they are pretty pretty simple, like multi-line text I already covered. Image, if you want to save an image, floating point number. File, if you want to attach any file. One important difference between decimal number and floating point number. I will tell you the important difference between these two. So decimal number will save the exact value in the database which you have supplied. For example, if you have given the value as decimal number 1.444, it will save the exact same value in the database. On the other hand, if you use this floating point number, so it will save the approximate value of the digit of the value. For example, 1.444 could be saved as 1.5, or I should say 1.5432 will be saved as 1.5. On the other hand, in decimal number, it will save as 1.567. Whatever the exact same value it is, it will save. So now the question comes, which data type we should use, or like what is the difference, why Microsoft has given us these two data types, or what is the advantage. So the only advantage in using between these two is the system performance. With floating point number, we get a better system performance. So if you are using any, you are saving this column for any particular calculation. For example, if you are creating any model driven app for a banking customer, then you should use this decimal number. But if you are using any approximate calculation, for example, calculation of marks or something else, then you should go with this floating point number. So these are the major different data types which we have in Dataverse. So we will see more about this when I will be creating different columns for my fundraiser app. Okay, so first let me show you that choices column which I set. I will go to this my equipment. I told you in this list I will be creating all the spam column which are not related to my fundraiser app but important to show you as part like a demo. I will create over here and I will show you. So over here, see, I have created these two columns, testing choice and testing choices. Okay. So if I go over here and add a record, please don't see how I am creating a record right now. Just focus on these two columns because ultimately after few videos, everything I will cover all these things. See, testing choice, I can select only one value. On the other hand, for testing choices, I can select multiple values. So that's the only difference between choice and choices. Another important concept of choices is, let me go back to the column again, add column. So if I'm creating a choice, let's say again XYZ, data type as choice. So if I'm creating this choice column, then I have what I can do if I'm creating a new choice. Either I can use this standard choice column. These are global choice column which are already available. So I can use them. For example, if I'm selecting day, which is, and if I do the edit choice. So if I'm creating any choice column which requires values like day, weekday, weekend day, and all the days in a week. So instead of creating a new choice column, I should use this existing one. It's a global choice. And if I have a choice column which does not exist in the global choice list, then I should create my own choice. How can I do that? I will select, go over here, new choice. I can create the value from over here. Then I can create any value over here and then I can save. It will save the choice column, but I will delete it ultimately. I don't need this column. Now if I again go to edit choice, you can edit it from here. Let me go back to first choice and you can see over here if I select new choice over here. So in both the choice and choices it is available. Over here you can see this global choice and local choice. So if you are creating a new column, for example, I'd say project status. So if I feel that this particular choice column I am creating for only this particular table and it won't be required in other table, I should select it as local choice, because by default whenever I create a new choice it will be created as a global choice. So I have to make sure and create the local choice. And if I think that this column, for example, I am creating a common column, let's say status column, it could be not started, started, multiple values are there, but that status column can be used in lot many other tables. So I can create that column as a global choice column and then I can reuse it multiple times. So then I will create it as a global choice, and this global choice will get added to the choices list. Where I will find the choices list? If I go back to from my solution Dataverse, you can see this choices. So it will go get added to this choices list over here. So there are various choices, there are various choice column already exist. Before creating a new choice, please just go through it whether your requirement is getting fulfilled from here. For example, location type, journal dedicated for OneNote integration, then status. See, status column already exists, activated, draft, you cannot edit them. This is two global choice which I created for showing you the difference between choice and choices. So they got created under this because I selected a global choice. I will delete them. Week, first week, second week, third week, fourth, last. So and see other I was creating this dummy value just to show you right now XYZ, it also got created, so I have to delete it from here. I don't need. So it will come under global choice, and if your choice column is limited to one particular table, so please create it as local choice. So let's go back to our solution, DSTechmirror demo. Let's go back to the slide and let's see. So over here, I have covered there are different column types in Dataverse. So I have covered the almost all the data types or the most common used data types I have covered. I explained the difference between text, text area and multiple line of text. This text and text area will both have 4000 character limit, and this multiple line of text can be used to save any long story even. The difference between text and text area is in text it is single line, in text area you can format it and store it in multiple lines, but character limit is same. Decimal number floating point, one will store your value as it is in the database, other will store in the approximate form. Choice I covered, option set I also covered, the global choice and local choice I covered both. Then now we are left with Autonumber column and this calculated and rollup column. So first let's go and see Autonumber column. So again, as the name said, Autonumber column, if you have any requirement where you want to have a column, for example, let's say employee number, you want it in an incremental number, and every time you add a new employee in your employee list, this employee ID should get automatically generated. For that purpose, we can use this employee Autonumber column type. How we can do that? Add column, let's say employee ID. Then I will select data type as Autonumber. It's over here. Now we will see these three types: Autonumber type, prefix, digit, seed value. Let's see. I will cover them, and it will show you the preview how your values will get generated. So let's see with the prefix. Prefix means any string or any amount, any character you want to prefix before this value, that is 1000, 1002. For example, I want to prefix this AZ. So it will be AZ -1000, 1001. Next, I want minimum number of digits as 3. So I will select 3, and so if I say minimum 4 digits, so it will add 2 zeros. You can see like this it will work. So it will create minimum 4 digits by appending 0 as a prefix again. So I say I want minimum digits as 2. That is fine. Now AZ10. Seed value is the starting value from where you want to start the number. For example, my number is 100. So it will start from 100, 101, 102. Now, for example, if I am generating an email ID, I use the prefix as IN. Minimum number of digits, I say I will be using 8. And then over here, I will start from 620663. This is fine. And 336, let's use minimum number of digits as 6. So now this could be my employee ID: 620662, 663, 664. Now the onboarding team, whenever they are adding new employees in the employee list, they need not to worry about this employee ID column. Automatically it will generate the value. If you want to test it, let me save this. I will show you also employee ID. Everything is fine, and I will done. Save table. So now I will try to add record in this particular table. I will click on add record, and here you can see this employee ID column. I will enter any name, for example Ramesh, and if I click on save, you can see employee ID automatically got generated. If I click on new, I say Suresh, I click on save, this time IN620664. So this is how my Autonumber column will work. This is fine. Now I will go back to my slide. I have covered my Autonumber column. Now I will cover the last important column type, that is the calculated column as well as the rollup column. So what are calculated column? It is used to automate manual calculation, use values, dates or text. Any type of calculation that we want to do, that can be done with the help of calculated column. It has to be deleted. Here I will show you my calculated column. This is product table. So here you can see total units. So if I click on not total units left. So this is my calculated column. So how I can create the calculated column, I will show you. First, let's see what is the calculation it is doing. So I have total units sold. So it will automatically calculate the units left. How it will do? So open calculation. It will open this another page, set total units. So if you have any condition, so you can add the condition from here, like if any entity, current entity product table current created by any entity in this particular solution will come product table. Then you can select the fields for that particular entity. All the fields are coming, and then the operator, equals operator, does not equal, does not contain data, all these different operators are available. If you want to save any condition, just click on this tick, so that condition will get saved. But over here I am just calculating the total units left for a product, so I don't have any condition. So I simply came over here in the action section. If I will for now say, I will delete this. I will show you how I can do it again. So if I have to add an action directly, what I will do, add action. Then in the add action over here, set units left, I have to calculate. So unit left I can calculate using total units minus units sold. I will come over here. This will come dstech total units. So why it is coming as dstech? Because this is the internal name, and I told you for all the calculations internal work, display name will not be used. Dataverse will going to use the internal name. And why it has appended the dstech? Because in my first video we created a publisher while creating a solution, so it will take the publisher, so it took dstech. So now I will say total units, then minus, again I will scroll down, units sold, dstech units sold, and select, and it will calculate the value for me, cross. Now if I go to data, again in this I'll say add record. I enter product name over here, for example, let's say study table. Total units I have is 264, units sold is 3. So it won't let me enter the value for unit left because it is a calculated column. I will do save, and it will automatically calculate the unit left based on that calculated column. So this is calculated column. How we can create it? It's simple. Go to the columns, add column, display name, for example, test calculated, data type, you can select data type as text, optional. Now it is calculated or roll up. From here select calculation. I cannot create a roll up column on text, that means, because this is disabled. So I will select the calculation, and it will ask me to first save. It is automatically saving the table, and then I have to again go back to that particular column, that is test calculated, and I will have to give the calculation from here, which I already demonstrate. Condition, if any condition is there, and action, and save and close. That's it, and it will automatically calculate. So this is done. Calculated column, it is used to automate manual calculation. Final column is the roll-up column, which I have to cover. So what is roll-up column? So there are various operators which are you must be aware about it. For example, sum, minimum, maximum, average, which will calculate the from all of the records. For example, so in my demo, that is fundraiser demo, I will be using this roll-up column. So I will cover that over there directly in my fundraiser app. So other things I have covered. So let's move forward. Concepts related to column, required I covered, recommended I covered, optional covered. Key points, you can't delete or modify system columns or their values. So whenever you create a table, it comes with some standard table system columns. You cannot delete them, you cannot modify them. Okay friends, so we mostly covered all the concepts related to the table, to the columns, other than the roll-up column, which we will see right here in the demo. So let's go forward and create the column now for our app. So this is the now demo part for this particular video. With every video there will be a demo which will be part of our. So slowly with every video we are creating this fundraiser app, and by the end of this tutorial our fundraiser demo app will be ready. So now in the demo part we already created the environment. From next video, what I will do, I will include one more slide and I will cover the so far progress which we have made for the demo. Like environment we have done, solution we create, tables we have created, and now we are creating the columns for these two tables. So let's go and create all these columns. I will select my environment. I will go to my solution. My solution name is dstechmirror demo. Please create this solution if you are creating that fundraiser app. So okay, over here, column name, I will go to my table fundraiser. This is my fundraiser. For fundraiser app demo, we will create two tables in Dataverse, fundraiser and donation. Let's go and create. Over here I have, so I already have this name, primary name column. I can, I already have this name column, primary column, and I can change the display name. I will change the display name it as cause. So just remember, cause is my primary name column, and that means cause of my fundraising. It could be donation for education, or we will be having various causes like for COVID patients. So all that I'm going to save in this particular column, that is the cause column. Or let me change the display name as name/cause. That will test another thing, whether it will take special characters, that is slash name/cause. It is taking, it is okay. We are good. Primary name column, name/cause. This is done. Description, multiple line of text. I will see whether I have that type of column. I don't see. I will create description. Now I don't see the description would be more than 4000 character. I will go with text area. I won't go with multi-line text. This would be optional. Searchable, it should appear in all the views. Advanced options, I don't want to select any other column. Maximum length, I will say 4000. Let's see whether it will take 40,000. No, 4000. So for 4000, which I told you, IME mode, you can leave it as auto. It is not related. I don't want to cover because it is not that much important. I have one slide for that also. I will cover at the end of this video. So this is also done. Next is the category. Now category, I think it is the option set. It is the option set. So what type of category we have, and let me see I will tell you the option values for this which we have to create. So category, I will do it quickly now. It will be a choice column, single choice, not the choices. Searchable, a new choice, because I don't see those category present over here because I have a new values for them. So new choice, I will save because I will add the choices later on. But I want to change something. Edit choice, view more. I want to make it okay. By mistake I saved it. So first I will go, I have to delete it from the choices table because it got created as a global choice and I want to do it as a local. So I will quickly go to my, no, don't discard, save table. I think I have not saved that particular column. Okay, but choice got saved. Over here you can see 3 choices. Category, so I want, if I can delete it from here, remove, delete from this environment, fine. Because it's a global choice, so it got saved over here, choices. So it got deleted. I will go to my table fundraiser again and I will create add column. I will say category, fine. Text, right? Data type not text. I have to same it as choice, fine. Then in choices, new choice, view more, local choice, and then done. Now this is fine and I can done it over here, done. And now save table. I want to show you whether it will get added to this choices list or not. It should not. You can see count remains the same. Under this I don't have any other global choice because I have created it as a local. I have to add the values. I will do that. Then fundraiser goal currency is lookup, status already exists. Okay, Next is the fundraiser goal. Like what is the target of the fundraiser, how much the fundraiser want to raise for that particular cause or name. So that is the amount. For the amount, I will use the data type as currency. Again, this is mandatory. I will make it as mandatory because I want to. Then done. Currency is also done. Sorry, fundraiser goal is done. Now currency. What is the currency of that fundraiser? Whether it is dollar, USD, INR. Data type currency. Everything right now I'm keeping as searchable. This I can modify later on as well. So this is also done. Status column I already have. So I will save my table. So this is done. Now let's go and add the values for the category choices, local choices. This is the category column, local choice. Let's go and edit the choice. So first is the education, next health I can say, next I can add a common category called well-being if it is not related to education, health, something like that, any urgent need. So I will add it as well-being. Then for the animals, any common cause for the society. So that's it. We can add it later on as well. So I am done with all the columns in the fundraiser app. I have added a note at the bottom. I will create more columns in upcoming videos based on app requirements. So we'll keep on adding columns as in when the requirement arises. So will I edit my slide over here? Status already exists. So instead of this, because I need one more column, total donation raised till now, that we can compare it from the fundraiser goal, and it will be of type currency as well as rollup. It should automatically calculate. In bracket I'll say rollup. I will go and add this column total donation in my fundraiser table. So this is my fundraiser table. This is my solution. Add column. I will say total donation. Type is currency, optional, and this would be rollup. Save. Other things remain the same. Now if I go and see this total donation, so it will automatically create total donation base as well the moment I'll select as rollup column. So not rollup column, the currency column. Whenever I will select the column type as currency, it will automatically create one more column called base column. See currency and this base column. So no issue with that. It has created a set of column: total donation base, last updated on state. So we have to just worry about this column which we have created, total donation. If I click on it, open rollup. So what I will do, I will add this condition in my next video, because the actual condition for this particular column has a dependency on my another table called donation table, and for that I have to set the relationship. I have not covered yet. I will do it in my next video, and at that time I will add the condition for this total donation column. Over here just you can see the source entity is the fundraiser. Related entity I have to add, and then I have to add the aggregation. Over here you can see related entity. If I will add the related entity from here. That would be my donation. Right now I have not set any relationship, that's why it is coming as blank, and then I have to just do the aggregation over here, like sum, max, min, average, and then aggregate, and this field, source entity field, it will calculate me, it will give me the value. So that I will do in my next video. For now I will leave it. Just one more concept related to the this rollup column I will cover. I think I missed it. One more important thing. See, you can see this calculated column, the moment we create it automatically start working. But for the rollup column, there is a job, or you can name it as timer job, which is running in the background and which will calculate the value. So it will not work instantly. There is a predefined time that after this much duration it will start and it will calculate the value. So for every rollup column, there is a timer job that will run and it will give you the value. Straight away it will not work. Let me show you where you can see that job. To see the job for the rollup column, go to your gear icon settings, advanced settings. It will take you to dynamic 365 settings. From here, select system jobs. So these are system jobs. And over here you can see all these jobs, all system jobs, From here you can see all Rollup field calculation jobs. So there are different type of job like cascade operation. That is not part of this video. We will see only the all Rollup field calculation job. This will filter you for all the Rollup field present in your Dataverse for this particular environment. Now if I scroll down over here, you can see, because I've already created one field. You can see calculate Rollup field for DSTechmirror fundraiser DM entity. This is one, and there are other fields as well, DSTechmirror total donation, because I have already created few fields. So if I open this particular job, so when this job will run, it will calculate the value for your Rollup field, whether it is sum, average, maximum, minimum, any operator which you have used based on the related entity or source entity. Based on that, it will see. Over here you can see name of the job, type, created on, then job owner system. If I go to details, it is there, detail, related, it is created on. Another thing is, what if I want to run it immediately? Yes, I can do that if I am the system admin, Power Apps admin. So I will come over here, I will say postpone, and I see next time it will postpone until this. So right now it's 11:35. So if I'll select OK, it will run immediately. So you can see various other actions over here. Postpone, you can pause it. If I click on it again, let's say go to action, then I can pause it. This action will attempt to pause the system job you have selected. Then resume, postpone, bulk resume, bulk pause, email a link if I want to mail the link for this particular job. So this also I have covered. So Rollup column used to get an aggregate value like maximum, minimum, average, and it will get calculated by a system job. It will not do the calculation immediately, instantly. On the other hand, calculated column will do the calculation instantly. This I have done. Total donation I have created. Condition I will add in my next video. Let's go and at last create these columns for the donation table. So I'll go back. I'll go to my tables. I'll go to donation table. First is the subject. So again, I will use this primary column which already exists. I will name it as subject/name. It will help me to understand with name that it is a primary column. Done. Donation amount. In this table, I will save the donation amount for each and every cause. Don't worry, when I will establish a relationship between both the tables, you will have a better understanding. Again, it would be of type currency. And the moment I say currency, then it will create multiple columns. Right now, donation amount, and when I will save the table, then you will see donation amount, base table, base column, other things it will create. Currency, lookup currency. Again, it would be a type. It's saying I will select currency. So I will update it as currency, not lookup. Activity status, it's a choice. Activity status is a choice. So I will select again choice. I will be careful because I don't want multi-select. I want new choice and I want to create it as a local choice. Values I will add later. And then from. Now from is a important column, like who has done the donation. For that I need the name that exists in the system. I'll say donation from if it already exists, because it exists. But I want to show you, I will delete this column because from and donation from are same, but for the sake of demo I am showing you donation from. It's a in SharePoint we have people picker column, but there is no such column in model driven apps or Dataverse. For that, what we do, for the users, we have few system tables like account table, contact table, users table that are storing the user information. So what we will do, we will create a lookup column with those tables. So I'll say lookup at the bottom, and here I will use the user table. You can use the contact table as well of any contact. I will use user table. I will suggest to use user table. Optional, required, and done. So I have created all the columns for my donation table as well. I have to just add the values for the activity status. So I will add the value for this activity status. Now possible values are open, status is open, status is completed, then another value I can add cancelled, last is scheduled. So this is done. I will save my table. So friends, if you are creating the fundraiser app along with me, so I will recommend to create the column today and just go through the other concepts of the column. So with this tutorial, we are slowly learning all the concepts of the model driven app and Dataverse together. So this tutorial will cover Dataverse as well because both are tightly bound. So guys, with this we came to the end of today's video. In today's video we'll learn, let's do a quick recap. In today's video we'll learn about the columns in Dataverse. We see various data columns: text, text area, decimal, whole number, currency, lookup, Autonumber, calculated. So out of them, Autonumber, I show you a quick demo how Autonumber works, how it is important. Then we cover these two columns, calculated column and rollup column. Calculated column, again, it will ask you to do the calculation, for example, based on two columns or based on any condition. Another is the rollup column. The difference is the rollup column will work as a, like, for example, you do any calculation on Excel column. You want to calculate the sum, minimum, average. It will do that calculation by rollup column. Another important difference is calculated column will do the calculation immediately. Rollup column depends on the system job. When it will run, it will do the calculation and it will update your column then. So this also we see as a part of demo. Only the condition part is left that we will do once I will set up the relationship. These concepts also I covered. What do you mean by required, recommended, optional, key points that you cannot delete the system columns. Then at last we created a column in our then at last we covered the demo part. We see how we can create different columns. We see how we can create option set or choice column. What is global choice? What is local choice? What is the difference between the two? We created these columns in my fundraiser app. As part of the demo, I created total donation as rollup column. Then I created these few columns in my donation table. Again, I created this option set. So guys, that's it for today. Guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you like the video, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel to get notification for our upcoming videos. If you have any questions or doubt related to today's video or any of our previous video, please reach out to us through our official email ID, contactdstechmirror@gmail.com. You can reach out to me through YouTube comments. I will be happy to resolve your queries. I have created a group over Facebook called Modern SharePoint. You can join that group. Also, you can follow me on Twitter to get all the updates from the Office 365 world. Till our next video, much love, keep learning. Thank you.